Welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa, coming to you straight from Wonderland. I hope you checked out my first video. If you didn't, I'll put the link down below. Well, thank you so much if you did watch the first one. I've decided to do another one tonight. I know it's the middle of the week, but I'm technically on my weekend right now. So I did one yesterday because I was off today, and then I'm off again tomorrow. And I had a lot of fun editing the video, going through it. I haven't gotten that many views yet, but it's cool, the views that I have gotten, knowing people have been watching it, so that's super neat. I know the editing is not super on point yet. I'm using an old iPad I just bought off someone on Facebook, so we're working with what we got, and hopefully if this picks up some steam, then maybe we can get some better programs for editing, some better equipment. Who knows what the future holds? It all depends on views, likes, how much support I get. So thank you so much if you are watching this, if you're back again, and please like and subscribe to my video and my channel. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Yesterday's video was quite long. This video is gonna be a little shorter. Just a quick topic. This video is going to be about Today's video is going to be about the Museum of the Souls of Purgatory, or also I've seen it as the Museum of the Holy Souls of Purgatory. And this is a tiny museum located in Rome, actually not too far from the Vatican, about a 10-minute walk or so from the Vatican. And this is a pretty interesting topic, just talking about the souls and what happens after you die is really interesting. I definitely would like to do another video in the future going more into those theories, because that would be I'm not going to get into it right now, that'd be a long video. And I'd really like to do more research on different cultures and what they believe happens after you die, even different. I've studied philosophy in university, so even different philosophers' views on the soul and afterlife is really interesting. So there's going to be a video on that in the future for sure. But today we're going to just be talking about purgatory in particular and this Museum of the Souls of Purgatory. So this museum is located inside a church in Rome. It's the Church of the Sacred Heart of Suffrage. I've also seen it called the Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. So either one of those. So for those who might not know what purgatory is, I was raised Catholic and went to Catholic school for 18 years, went to elementary school and high school Catholic school. So, but we never really talked about purgatory that much. I don't even feel like we really talked about hell that much. It was kind of just do good things and go to heaven. Like, don't worry about doing bad things. Like, why do you want to go to hell? So I just feel like you didn't even really talk about it. So I don't really know what in great detail the idea behind purgatory. I did do some research, and there were some Bible quotes that people use to back up the idea of purgatory, but it's not like directly referenced. The word purgatory does not appear in the Bible. I was seeing that the word purgatory didn't actually start appearing as a noun until about the 1100s, and that's really when we got our idea of purgatory being a place. And always in my head, I kind of think of purgatory just being a kind of a white room where you have to sit alone with your thoughts. So basically the idea is, so there's hell down below us, there's heaven up above us, and kind of purgatory is this place in between where your soul gets trapped after you die. Maybe you have to repent for something that you did. You have to like purify your soul for the sins that you've done. So there's different reasons why a soul might end up in purgatory. So that's what really basically what the idea of purgatory is you're really stuck in kind of limbo before you can ascend into heaven. And Also, if your loved ones, if your family members pray for you, ideally, then that can kind of speed up the process of getting into heaven. So that's kind of purgatory in a nutshell. This museum that we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to give you the history of the museum. I think this topic is very interesting. I don't know, it's a kind of a creepy little museum. And it's located right near the Vatican, so that's kind of interesting to me. I like it. I like to go there someday. So basically, this church was founded by, the Order of the Sacred Heart was founded by Father Jules Chevalier, and he really had a focus on having mass and praying for poor souls, for deceased souls, for maybe souls that had sinned or were suffering, to have like a peaceful afterlife. So that was really his focus. In either 1887 or 1897, the Church of the Sacred Heart of Suffrage, or the Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, I'm gonna refer to it as the Church of Sacred Heart of Suffrage for the rest of the video. So it was either 1887 or 1897, the church had a chapel dedicated to Our Lady of the Rosary. And actually, I'm not sure when this was, but a fire started in the chapel. A painting of Our Lady of the Rosary caught on fire because there were candles around it. It was like an altar. So it caught on fire, and one of the priests there, his name was Father Victor Jouet, when, I don't know, he was trying to leave the church or the chapel, and he looked back at the altar, and there was pretty much a face in the flames. And I've seen it described as kind of melancholy or a suffering, sad expression. So he really took this as this was a soul kind of reaching out to him, that the soul was trapped and kind of needed his help. So this really started Father Jouet's whole mission in life, basically, to prove that there are these souls trapped in purgatory that we need to be praying for. So he started traveling all over. He was based in Italy, but traveled throughout Europe, different places, trying to find these objects that would prove basically that there are souls trapped in purgatory. So the church was rebuilt, and the church was rebuilt to pay tribute to these souls trapped in purgatory. And inside the church of the Sacred, the church name is hard. The Church of the Sacred Heart of Suffrage. Inside the Church of the Sacred Heart of Suffrage, they dedicated one small room, and that was for Father Jouet's collection of these objects. So we found documents, he found different items that prove, we don't know 100%. No one's never going to know what happens after you die. Sometimes people come back. That's going to be another video, is near-death experiences, people that come back and talk about what they saw. Because when I was reading, so I didn't really think of purgatory as a really bad place. I just kind of thought it's like a mediocre place. Hell's really bad, heaven's really good, and then purgatory is just kind of in between. But from what I was reading, it's a place with flames and suffering, and there's people are like screaming and getting tortured, and you have to kind of repent and purify your soul through pain. That's kind of what I was reading. And what was the point of me saying that? But yeah, so it's not a place you want to be. So these souls are reaching out, they're coming back to their loved ones, and they're like, pray for me. I don't want to be in in purgatory, because remember I mentioned earlier, if their loved ones pray for them, then that can hurry the process up to heaven. So Father Jouet wanted to find these different objects to prove that there were souls, there were these deceased people, these deceased souls that were stuck in this purgatory, and they were coming back to their loved ones and telling them, please pray for me, please have mass, remember me, so you can speed up my journey because I'm suffering here in this torturous purgatory. So this was really Father Jouet's mission at this point. So in total, he managed to find 10 artifacts, and those artifacts are still at the museum today. So this was late 1800s, early 1900s, this collection really started. And allegedly, Father Jouet died inside the church / museum sometime in the 1910s. And after that, no new items were added to the collection. And the museum actually closed in 1920. I was reading that they kind of wanted to verify the objects, and then it was reopened 30 years later. So it's open today. You can go visit that museum. That was kind of the hard thing of researching this topic, is because a lot of when you look it up, it's mostly like travel websites, TripAdvisor, different things like that. So they were just giving reviews of the museum, which is cool, but I wanted to go more into the history of it in the background. So that's neat. That kind of sucks that no one really picked up on Father. Keep wanting to call him Dr. Jouet. I don't know why, but no one really picked up where Father Jouet left off on his mission. Like, no new objects were added after he passed away, which kind of sucks because I feel like he traveled around and really tried to find these objects and build up this museum, and really it seemed important to him. He didn't want these people suffering. He didn't want these souls suffering. But yeah, no one picked up where he left off. That kind of sucks. Yeah. Also, he kind of reminds me of Ripley, like Ripley's Believe It or Not. I forget what his first name was, but just traveling all around finding these weird objects for his museum. So yeah. So that's kind of the history of the museum. Now I want to get into some of the objects that are in the museum. And it's pretty interesting. I don't know what my thoughts are on these objects. I don't know what my thoughts are on people, these souls coming back, appearing, and leaving a mark and asking for prayers. I don't know what I think of all that stuff. I think anything's possible. I think this world is crazy. Stuff we wouldn't even imagine happens every single day. So I don't write anything off, you know? We don't know. This could be 110% the truth, but, you know, you gotta have some doubt, you gotta have some skepticism. But yeah, so I'm going to get into these objects that are in the museum. They're pretty interesting. So these are the stories related to the objects, and I'll also have pictures up of the objects so you can see what I'm talking about. So first one. So in June of 1789, a man named Joseph had been woken up by a strange, frightening noise for 11 consecutive nights. On the 12th night, his deceased mother appeared to him and reminded him to have masses and pray for her soul. She also berated him for his lifestyle and urged him to change his behavior and follow his Catholic lifestyle. Before his mother left, before this vision of his mother left him, she put her hands on to his nightshirt, and she left a very clear mark of her hand. So, interesting. That was a long time ago, 1789. It's pretty neat. Also, that would have been like almost over 100 years later that Father Jouet would have gotten that, so they kept it. That's good. It looks like legit. I don't know. All of these objects are, like, the objects, the marks, they're very compelling. They all, I don't know. I don't know what to say about them. It's interesting for sure. So, second object. So in December of 1838, a man named George witnessed a vision of his dead brother Joseph. Joseph asked for more prayers and explained he was stuck in purgatory because he was not religious enough during his lifetime. Before he disappeared, Joseph placed his right hand on George's prayer book and left a burn mark of his hand. So, another interesting one. So, that's, I don't know, they're all of them are similar in the fact that they're all burn marks. It's either like a handprint or, yeah, most of them are handprints, I believe. Like burnt into an object. So going back to the flames and stuff in Purgatory, that's interesting. Damn, I didn't know that Purgatory was like that. That sucks. You don't want to go there. Damn. Alright. Next one. So, this one was in November of 1731. The deceased Father Panzini appeared to Mother Isabella Fornari as she sat at her work desk. He told her that he was suffering in purgatory. He placed his fiery, flaming left hand on the top of her desk, leaving a hand mark, and then he etched a cross into the desk with his flamin' fiery finger. And before he disappeared, he grabbed onto Mother Isabella's shirt, the sleeve of her shirt, and left a burn mark. This, from grabbing onto her shirt, it burned her shirt and then also burned her flesh a bit. So there's actually some blood on the sleeve of her shirt where it was burnt. That's interesting, because she literally bled. Like, her skin was burnt. That's what I mean. So, like, I really wish people would be trying to find these objects nowadays. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video where I try to find some of these objects now. I can't really remember reading any recent stories. If you know of any recent objects of people or souls coming back and touching them or burning them or leaving some kind of visible mark, then drop it down below in the comments, because I would love to look into that. I'm going to do a follow-up video on that for sure. That's a good idea. So this is the last object I'm going to talk about. So this was in June of 1894. The deceased Sister Maria appeared to her fellow and former sister Margarita. Sister Maria had died from tuberculosis, and she suffered a lot while she was passing away. She prayed to God that she would die quickly in order to avoid suffering. And although she was really devout during her life, she ended up in purgatory for not accepting basically God's will or his plan for her during her final days. She asked Sister Maria for prayers, and to kind of leave evidence of her visit, Sister Maria left a burn mark on Sister Margarita's pillow and promised to return. Less than a month later, Sister Maria returned to Sister Margarita and thanked her for her prayers and let her know she would be released from purgatory soon. That one's interesting, because allegedly she came and visited Sister Margarita once and then returned. Damn, that's some interesting stuff. The pictures are some shit. I don't know. I should have probably done more research. I'm definitely going to do a follow-up. This was just kind of a quick video I wanted to get out, but if they've done any like testing on these objects, if they can prove how old they are potentially. I know I said that they had closed the museum for 30 years or so at one point to verify the objects, but I don't know if that was people within the church, and I don't know what kind of verification process was done. So yeah, I'm gonna do a follow-up video. I want to do a little more digging on kind of this idea of these souls coming back and these objects, and also look and see if there's any real evidence that these objects are legit, and see if there's any modern objects that potentially have been affected, have been touched or marked by a deceased or crossed over soul. So I don't really know what I think about all this. It's super compelling to me. I just like this stuff. I like creepy things. I like things you can't explain. So whether it's true or not, I think it's pretty interesting stories, and the objects are creepy to look at. So it looks like straight out of a horror movie. Anyway, I really hope you liked this video. This one is shorter. That was the goal. Just a quick little video, quick little, I don't know. Was it a fun topic? It's talking about people's souls burning in purgatory. Is that fun? I don't know. Just a quick little treat for y'all. I hope you very much enjoyed it. Again, this is Vanessa coming to you straight from Wonderland. I really hope you take care. I hope you have a good rest of your day, good day tomorrow, and make sure you like and subscribe. Peace, my lovies.